Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of Nostalgia Button. I am going to be showing Dave a portion of my romance book collection. Let's see what he thinks.
What'd you buy this week? Did you get some toys instead of the groceries? I wanted this since I was a kid. Now I live in a box, but at least I chased the dream. I gotta intercept that package, or my wife will leave me and I'll end up on the street. Nostalgia button, let's hit it hard.
Today I'm going to be showing David just the Connie Mason books that I have in my romance section. Connie Mason is a romance author. She has 61 published books. I only have 39 of them.
Only 39.
Romance books have a bit of stigma about them, and a lot of people, think they're just fluff and, just about the saucy scenes, which they're not. They're actually at the heart of them. They're just about the relationship between these two people who get thrust together by circumstance. I love them so much, and I know that people are judgy about it, but I don't care. And I love.
It's your guilty pleasure.
It's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
and
which you don't feel guilty about.
Not at all.
No.
And I love the artwork on the books as well. But just a little bit of a blurb about Connie Mason. She was born in 1930, so she doesn't write anymore. Her last book, she actually came out in 2012, I think. No, 2014, sorry. I tell a lie. Some of her books are parts of series, so either trilogies or duos. I only have one complete set of one of her trilogies, but the great thing about romance novels is the way they're written is you don't need to read them in order. You don't have to have read the first one to be able to read the second or the third.
Really?
Really. So it's just that a character who was a secondary character in maybe the first book becomes the principal character in the second book.
Oh, cool.
So you're familiar with the world, but you don't have to have read the other books to be able to enjoy them, which is another great thing that I love about them. I'm so excited.
That's cool, man. I love it. It's nostalgic. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, she lives in Florida with her husband. Yeah, well, I'm just really thankful for all the wonderful books she's written and has kept me entertained over the years.
Love it. Let's start it.
So let's get started. If you see me looking down, I'm referring to a website called Fantastic Fiction, and any fiction author that you know of, if you need to know what book they've got coming out, or if you're reading a series of them and you don't know what order they're in, you go to Fantastic Fiction, you put that author in, and all their back catalogue and upcoming books come up, and they put them in the order and their groups, and it's a really great way to be on top of your novels.
Nice. Just like the figure community have all the figure websites. Action figure websites, so you can know which figures come out when and all the rest of it.
So I did just want to show this before I get into my Connie Masons. I did just want to show this. Someone did make a comment asking if I had any romance books with Fabio on the cover. I only have one, and it was a gift from my friend Ange, and this is it here. It's called Pirate.
Hey,
and there's
look at
Fabio
him
on the cover there, and it's actually one that he wrote. So I'm pretty sure it was, like, he's the author, but I'm pretty sure it was ghostwritten. I don't think he wrote it all himself. Or he would have contributed to it. But it says, for you alone, Fabio.
Ooh.
To be honest, this one has been read, but I don't think I'm the one who read it. It was the second-hand copy that my friend got to me for a bit of fun.
But you haven't read this one?
One I haven't got to yet.
There you go.
Yeah. So, thank you to the person who made the comment, and I wanted to show you that I do have one. So, our first couple of Connie Mason books are from her Boldland.
Hang on, so before you continue, you got to have one of these in your collection. He's pretty much the Hulk Hogan of romance covers.
Well,
so
they even had him on America's Next Top Model. One of the seasons, they had like the photo shoot. They had it as romance cover photo shoots with Fabio as the male model. And it was really weird because he was like older by then with all these young, like, you know, late teens, 20-somethings doing all these.
They probably didn't even know who the hell it was.
No, they didn't. And you'll actually even see on some of these books, there'll be a reoccurring
male model.
Male model.
There you go.
On some of them. Which
There's probably some wrestlers who've gotten work as this.
They could.
It would make sense.
Yeah. Much more easier on the body.
On the eyes.
No, on their body, because wrestling's really physical.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be much more easier for them just to
absolutely.
stand and look.
Yeah, it'd be an easy payday.
Yeah. And if any of you have gone to the cinemas to see The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, that is about a male model. Sandra Bullock's the romance author, and he's the reoccurring model on her book covers. And
oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. You should go see it.
Oh, the other movie that's all about romance novels is Romancing the Stone.
Yes.
And
Jewel of the Nile.
And the Jewel of the Nile, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kathleen Turner.
Wow, Kathleen Turner plays the romance novelist.
And Michael Douglas, but he's not her cover model.
No, but he's the hero. He's the romance novel hero guy.
So,
all right, let's get started.
All right, so these, I'm going to go through the ones that are part of either trilogies or duologies, and then I will show you the covers of all her standalone novels.
All right.
So this is the two that I have from her Bold Land, Bold Love series. So this is the first one, Bold Land, Bold Love. So that's that one there.
Saucy.
Yeah. I still got my price sticker on it. Got that one for $3.93 at Big W.
Bargain.
And then I don't have number 2, which is Wild Land, Wild Love, but I have number 3, Brave Land, Brave Love. Now these ones are set in Australia, in colonial Australia, when all the convicts and that were being brought out. Sad thing is, I learnt more about Australian history from these two books than I did from my Australian history teacher at high school.
Makes sense. You're more interested in the content.
Well, but it actually does go into some pivotal moments in Australian history.
And they interweave the romance in those moments.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So the main characters are affected by what's going on, but they're not like that. But they do reference real historical figures in these books.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and you can just see, like, if you look at those covers, like, aren't they just so beautiful? And then, like, on the back, they even have cover on the back. So that one has a ship coming, because obviously she comes over on a ship. And then this one's got the beautiful, rugged Australian landscape.
So, quick question about these books. So
Yes.
clearly, these are illustrations. These aren't photos.
I think maybe they photo them and then make them look like illustrations.
I would assume so, because
Or
these,
they may just be straight illustrations, I don't know.
because some of them will be photos and others, or does Connie Mason only use these illustrations?
No, you'll see, because
Some are
she's
some
been around
photos.
a long time.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So next one is a single one that I have from her, Beyond the Horizon. I only have number 2, A Promise of Thunder. This one, by the looks of it, is a Western. Land Rush. Yep, Oklahoma Territory. There you go. So this was a very popular storyline in the fact that you can see that our male model there has long hair and a feather in his hair. So he is most likely Native American or part Native American. And that is a very popular like kind of
Staple
in the romance world. She's, you know, falls in love with
a Native American. Love it.
Next one we have is my Tears Like Rain series. So this one was really fun. Again, I'm missing the middle one. So we've got Tears Like Rain, which is the first one, and Sierra, which is the third one. I'm missing the one in the middle, which is called Wind Rider. Now this one is actually about 3 siblings. So the 2 older siblings actually get kidnapped by the Native Americans and get raised by the Native Americans. And Sierra is the youngest, and she got left behind, but she got found and got raised by other people. And with this one, the culmination in Sierra's book is that she finds her siblings. Her siblings find her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really sweet. So that is one where, but again, I think I read Sierra first before I read Tears Like Rain, and I didn't feel like I'd missed anything.
Because the
from reading.
stories can intertwine like that.
Yeah,
It's no problem.
Exactly right. So then the next one is so this is the third one in her Delaney series. So this one, the cover's a bit more boring. This would have been a reissue back when they wouldn't have had the couples on the cover.
Sure.
And this one's just, to tempt a rogue. I have read this one, but to be honest, I can't remember it. A lot of these books, the formula is the same. So you know what's going to happen. There's the beginning, middle, the end. You know the end's going to be happy. So you can read them quite easily. They're very digestible. But if I get to one,
a rogue.
Yeah, if I get to one though where I do really remember the plot line, I'll let you know, like I did with that Tears Like Rain.
Absolutely.
Sierra.
Yeah.
So next one we have is Flame. Oh, this is another complete. I do have 2 complete sets then. So this is Flame and Shadow Walker. Again, so there's Flame and there's our Shadow Walker one here. So again, that Native American style Western book.
Ooh.
Oh, look what's going on.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. And again, I think these ones are siblings. They would have been connected in one way or another. So yeah, but these again, frontier Western style, that's like a subcategory of romance books.
Oh, it seems like she writes a lot of those ones.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like those ones. So that one's called Flame because she has red.
Hey! Fiery redhead.
Yeah.
See, now I know how it feels each week when I'm rabbiting on about toys and you're like, okay,
Whatever.
I don't understand what's happening. Fantastic.
So this one is called The Outlaws. This is number 1 in the series. This one's called Wrath. And then there's also Jess and Sam, but I don't have them. I'm pretty sure that they're not brothers, but I'm pretty sure that the 3 men are like connected in some way. Again, this one's a Western or an American frontier. I can let you know because if you look at the front, it'll give you a date. You look in the front, chapter 1, Colorado, 1868. So that'll be a Western. That'll be a Western. And yeah. So next,
Kmart, $4.
there you go. See. And that's what I used to do. I used to go to the bargain bins at Big W and Kmart and just look for these romance books and authors that I liked, and that's how I managed to pick up so many of them. A lot of them are out of print, so if you did want to get your hands on any of them, you'd have to look at getting secondhand copies either off eBay or Book Depository or any new books. So eBay, World of Books, Aid Books, Book Found, but you'd have to go through a secondhand book site to try and find them because they're all out of print. Yeah, and usually the postage is more than the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So next one we have is a Scottish historical romance called A Taste of Sin. Now, the titles are quite fun because the reason it's called A Taste of Sin is his name is Lord Sin. So I think his surname is
Taste of Sin.
Yeah, so I think his surname, there you go, his name is Sinjun, or it would be something to do with his name, right? So obviously, A Taste of Sin, but it goes with his name too.
Perfect.
Yeah, good fun.
To play on words.
Again, Scottish historical romance is another
subgenre of the romance novel.
Novels. I have another author who I collect, Hannah Howe. I think the majority of her books are set in the Scottish Highlands. And wouldn't we all love to live there?
So romantic.
It's so lovely.
We've been there.
We have been there.
Put in a photo of us in the Scottish Highlands.
I didn't want to come home. I didn't want to come home. I loved it. If I could move there tomorrow,
she would.
I would.
I'd be like, cheers. What am I going to do with all these toys?
I don't know. Put them in the heather.
Yeah, some fig photography in the heather.
Yeah. And so then this is my last one in the sets of her books, and this is another complete set that I have. So this one is The Rogue and the Hellion.
Whoa.
There you go. Then we have Seduced by a Rogue. There we go. That's that one there. And then we also have the last one, which is called The Last Rogue. So these ones are historical ones as well. See, look, this one, he's got a ship. So I'm guessing he's like a smuggler or a pirate.
I like how you're covering up my face every time you put that. It's like, we don't need to see Sis Dog. Let's just see the handsome man instead.
Well, is that better?
Yeah, in the middle.
In the middle.
No, but now we can't see your face.
Well,
There you go.
okay. Well, because they want to see the whole cover.
Yeah, I know. I'm only teasing. It's fine.
Teasing me. Okay, so they're all her books that are connected in some way. And then now we've got her...
There's
standalone.
more?
There's more.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, you gave it away at the start. You said there was 39.
There's more.
Oh my God.
There's more.
It looks like how the Ghostbusters stack the books in the start of the Ghostbusters.
Listen. You smell something?
There's more.
Holy moly.
There's more.
All right, rapid
All right,
fire. Let's
so
go.
Let's go rapid fire. Though I must admit, this one, I do remember the plot line. This one is called Tender Fury. This one was really sad. It was just like, by the end of it, both characters were just so... I mean, they ended up together, but it was just really sad the way it happened. There was he had a mistress, and you know, she kept having trouble keeping her pregnancies, and then a volcano erupted, and all these people died, and they were like the only two who survived. And it was set in the Caribbean.
Oh, I love the Caribbean.
Yeah, I love the Caribbean. So you can see that's an artwork one there.
Ah, yes.
But you just see like this beautiful artwork. It's just so lovely. Yeah. Then we've got Caress and Conquer, which I have read it. I can feel by the side of the spine, but I don't remember that one. So Connie Mason, Promised Splendor again.
So a lot of them have
these ones are American. Yeah.
A lot of the artwork is the man kind of like holding the woman like down, like they're doing a dance or something.
Yeah, well,
and
they're just about to
pash or something.
And have a kiss.
Yeah, so that's like one of the classic poses of the romance novel genre.
It's what some people would call these kind of books a bodice ripper.
A what?
A bodice ripper? Because
bodice ripper?
I mean, not in this one, but in some of them you'll see like the
What's a bodice for those people watching at home?
A bodice is what a woman wears. It's the top of her top. So they're ripping her bodice open.
Maybe I should start reading these at some point. The bodice is ripped open, ripped open, ripped open.
Now this one is another, this one's Desert Ecstasy. So this one would be set in the Middle East. So not all of her books are set in the Americas.
Okay.
Yep, so that one, and she does have another one coming up that's set in the Middle East as well. And she really does a lot of work about her researching where she's writing from and stuff like that. So we've got Wild Is My Heart. This one, again, if you have a look on the back, this would be a frontier or a western. You'd see the homestead of the Native Americans there, the teepees. Yep, there we go. Oh, this one, Tempt the Devil. This one's got a boat, so I'm guessing he's a pirate.
Whoa.
Yeah. What, you like that cover?
Yeah, he must be a pirate, right?
Too, yeah. If you have a look at the back too, there they are. Are they swinging? You know, or they're just standing on the boat or something?
Far out.
There we go. For honour's sake. So her name would be Honour. So that's why it's called For Honour's Sake.
Love the puns. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. It's so much fun. This one's a western as well. Yep. This one is quite a fun cover. Love Me With Fury. So I'm guessing they have quite an intense relationship.
Wow.
On that one there. Promise Me Forever. There we go. That's another fun one. Now this one is my favorite of her books, and I love the cover. I love the cover. So this one's called Surrender to the Fury. The reason I love this one is actually like a poker. It starts off with a poker game, and she runs out of money to bet, but she's convinced she's got the winning hand. She doesn't, but she bets a night with her.
Saucy.
So she can keep playing the hand, and she loses.
So she has to spend the night with the poker player.
So she has the night with Nick, And so then Nick has the night with her, and then off he rides, and then Amy is left with the fruits of their night together.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then this one's actually set in the American Civil War. So she's in the South, Nick is from the Union, he's from the North, and then like throughout the Civil War he comes across her and realizes that she has a son that looks a lot like him.
Wow.
Yep. I really liked that one.
Controversy.
That one, yeah, and I love on the cover how her eyeshadow is the same color as his vest.
Small details.
It's good fun. It's good fun.
Wow, it is
Yeah.
the same colour.
Lord of the Night we have here. Just these covers are just so fun. This one was now for some reason I have 2 copies of this. This is my only double up, which I'm very proud of.
Wow.
I'm
What,
very-
of Connie Mason or of all of your books?
Of Connie Mason.
Okay.
This is my only double up of hers because it's hard to remember when you've got so many if you've already got it, because you can see a lot of the covers look the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
sometimes I buy a figure, I'm like, oh, I already have that. Whoops.
Exactly. This one's Treasures of the Heart. This one is, I think, another Western.
So we can sell this one.
Yeah, a Western 1868. So if you can get, I mean, they're not really worth anything
I'm only kidding.
in terms of monetary value. They're worth a lot to me.
Yes, it's
They're
the...
worth a lot to me, but in terms of money, they're not worth a lot. Now this one is probably one of her saucier covers, Pure Temptation. Yep, and another one with a shirtless man, Chic. So this one is set in the Middle East as well. I remember that one. That one was very interesting because he had a harem as well. So he had a harem, but then he also fell in love with this other girl, and he was like torn between, you know, still looking after the ladies in his harem, but wanting to be monogamous with our heroine of the book.
Gosh.
Yeah, so that was a good one. I liked that one. This one's we're up to some of her medieval ones now. So the Black Knight. Got the Black Knight there. Then I think this one we've got the same cover model a couple of times in a row. So we've got Lionheart, another medieval one. This is the same guy again. The Laird of Stonehaven. So and then the saucy pictures in the back.
With the leg up. It's always with the leg up with these models, isn't it, eh?
That's it.
Good to see the leg.
Yeah.
Love a little leg.
Gypsy Lover. What's funny about that?
Because he's just kind of staring into the abyss.
He is staring. Oh, now we've got our same model back again from the one we just had before, the Gypsy one. So a Knight's Honor. So, and they actually have this thing, there actually are awards for the romance models and stuff like that. So there'll be like romance model of the year and things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the guy on the cover of the Gypsy one actually did win it one year.
Wow.
Yeah. Highland Warrior, so another Highland one, that subgenre that you love.
Yes.
This one is just a torso, we're missing a head. The Price of Pleasure. I think someone's gonna...
Must be high.
Yeah, it must be. And now this is her foray. She did have another book called Viking, but I don't have it. But then this is her one called Viking Warriors. So she only has the 2 Viking ones. Again, Vikings is another subset of the romance genre. And Sandra Hill writes a lot of Viking romances. So maybe I'll get hers out one day, because I've got quite a few of hers as well.
Wow, cool.
Another pirate one, The Lord of Devil Isle. So that's another fun one. And then these are the last 2 I have of hers, and these ones she actually co-wrote with another romance author called Mia Marlowe. So Sins of the Highlander and Lord of Fire is that one there. This one I got from the library, which is why it's got that on it. So this was a thing that James Patterson does it as well, that with authors that have a really well established name in their genre, they'll co-write a book with an up-and-comer. So that you go, oh, Connie Mason, love her, buy it, read it, realise it's co-written with Mia Marlowe, and go, I'll give some of her books a turn.
I like that.
And then you'll read some of hers as well. And it just helps, it's like a mentoring program with the authors. And that's all of my Connie Mason books.
Wow.
And I can't believe that this video has gone this long from me just showing
The covers and which ones you like, yeah. So which is your favourite Connie Mason book?
A Surrender to the Fury, the one about the poker match.
They're all got fury in the title.
Yeah, they do. They all have fury in the title a lot. So my absolute favourite is this one, Surrender to the Fury. There's another romance book I have, which is also another one about, that starts off with a poker match. And again, she doesn't have enough money to play her hand.
Right.
But, so she obviously bets herself. And that one's by Bobby Smith, and I really like that one too. But yeah, I really liked that one, set on the backdrop of the American Civil War. And then this one, I liked. This one is set after the Civil War.
This is your second favourite.
This is my second favourite. This one, yeah, 1866. So the Civil War had only been over for a year.
Right.
So it's before, it's like in that in-between time after the Civil War, before the kind of Western kind of culture, and I really liked that one as well.
Right.
So.
Oh, and that one there, clearly, like, if I took my shirt off right now, I would look exactly like that.
Exactly?
Yes.
Oh, come on, do it then.
Right, so I had a couple of questions for you.
Ask away.
So we know what your favourite Connie Mason romance novel is, but what's your favourite, like, romance novel overall? Do you have, like, one you're like, you know what, this is just, if I could only take one book with me to a desert island and it's a romance novel, which one would you read and read and read over and over again?
That's really tough. Could I pick a series instead of one book, or it can only be one book?
Okay, if it's too hard, then I guess a series.
If I could pick a series, I would
Yeah.
actually probably pick Cherie Sinclair's Wild Hunt Legacy series.
Okay.
So that's it's set in our world, but it's a fantasy style one where there's werebears and werecats and werewolves. And
Whoa, what? We all know about werewolves. What was the other two things?
so werecats, where they turn into cougars. They
Oh.
can turn into a cougar.
Okay.
And werebears, where they can turn either into a brown bear or a grizzly bear.
And is it only
Or
in the
black bear.
when the moon is out, or they could just change any time they want?
They can change anytime they want, but when the moon
So there's
is
all these bears
full-
banging and stuff in the books. Or they're not bears while
Well,
they're banging.
they can only do that if they're, so when they get mated, so like a werewolf might mate with a werecat, right? So then they can only mate if they're in their human form, but if all of them are the same animal,
Uh-huh.
they can do it either way.
Oh my gosh. There you go. Things you learn.
So,
And the other
yeah,
question I had for you before
every
we
time I
finish.
reread those books,
Yes.
I'm surprised. Like I pick up stuff I haven't picked up before,
Oh, absolutely.
and I have read them more than once.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
our favourite films. You watch
Yeah.
them over and over and like, oh, look at
Exactly.
that. And one last question.
Yes.
Is there any romance novels out there that are set in the wrestling world?
Yes, there is.
What's that one?
It was called, I can't remember what it was called, but there definitely was one that was set.
And you've read it?
I didn't finish it. I didn't love it, to be
Ah.
honest.
It's a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
Wasn't written by someone who was really crafted
Well, I
at their
think what
skill.
you've got to remember too. Like, I mean, it's easy to go, oh, romance novels, they're fluffy, whatever. Well, you go out and write a 400-page book.
Well, that's the other thing I'm going to mention. Like, there's
You
just
know?
you're surrounded by books, and this is all the same author.
Yes.
She had been writing since 19 what?
Okay, so no, she was born in 1930.
Okay.
Her first book was published in 1984.
So from 84 to 2012,
14.
2014,
Yeah, so 84,
like-
94.
over a book a year, easily.
Yes, yeah,
Easily.
Mm-hmm,
One or two books a year. Incredible
Yeah.
body of work.
Yes, she should
Wow.
be very proud of her legacy that she's left with her writing. I really
Wonderful.
like them. Yeah.
All right, why don't you
Maybe
do
we'll
the
get-
sign off,
Maybe
Danielle?
we'll get back to the toys next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you guys have any other questions, or if you have a favorite book, or even if it's a different genre, please write in the comments, you know, what kind of books you love collecting and reading, and you know, it's just great. I just love them so
See her
much.
face, she's so happy. I'm so glad we did this video. Because usually that's me giggling like a schoolboy at these little plastic men and women. and now you're like, yeah, this is something I really love, and I mean, I'm completely detached from it. I have never read a romance novel.
Oh, no, you did. You read one when we're in the Maldives, and you.
I didn't read all of it,
you
though.
You didn't finish it though.
No, because
Yeah.
there was literally nothing else to do in the
Literally
Maldives
nothing else
than
to
read,
do.
and
Yeah.
everything else you could assume, but
Yeah.
can't do that 24/7. Not like in these books.
They don't do it 24/7.
Not like in these saucy books.
Oh, well,
All right.
thanks, guys. And if you've gotten to the end of the video, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate your watching and listening to us ramble on.
Don't forget to.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and put your bell notification on
And leave a comment.
and leave a comment. And
we'll see you next week.
yes, we will.
Bye.
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 Wow.
Mwah.
Wow.
Mwah.
Wow.
Mwah.